I'm BSmitty and welcome to my bash. Welcome to a new episode of BSmitty's bash. Um, First off, I just want to apologize for my hiatus this entire summer. I know I was gonna try to get more and more episodes out, and I just didn't feel like it. If we're being honest here, I just did not have the energy to film an episode. I went through a whole rebranding to try to, hype myself up to make these episodes again. And I just didn't know what I was doing. But we're back. And I'm going to try to stay consistent with keeping up with recording episodes. I'm going to try my best. See what I can do. I want to have guests on. I have not had a guest on the podcast yet. But I'm happy to be back. I am happy to be back with you guys. Here we are. Let's chat. Boy, we have not had an episode since, I want to say, let's go to my YouTube right now. Let's see. When's the last time we had an episode? Let me go to my channel. We have not had an episode in 3 months. And I want to apologize for that. I know. I haven't been here. But I'm going to try to get these episodes out. Not more. I mean, fuck. I only did 2 episodes since I started this whole podcast journey. But we're getting, back in the swing of things. New intro. I'm going to try to do longer episodes. Definitely not going to be a long episode. Today, probably about 30 minutes I want to try to hit. But I went through this entire rebranding of the pod. What came to mind to want to redesign the whole thing was me. I wanted to do it. Everybody else loved it. The people I know. I didn't necessarily like the logo. The original logo, I should say. I felt like when I first started this podcast, I rushed myself to make a logo. I found the best logo I can find for a podcast, and I just went ahead and created one. I liked it at first, but as I started making the episodes and I made it my computer background and I would look at it while I'm recording an episode, and I didn't like it, to be honest. It was starting to just mess with my head, and I'm like, I don't like this logo. I don't like it. And the intro. I didn't like the intro either. So one morning I just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a whole rebrand. I made a new logo. I made a new intro. And I want to make better episodes. And then I kind of just went into a slump and didn't want to do nothing. I kept telling everybody I want to come back. I'm going to come back this day. I never did. I want to come back this day. Never did. Oh, there's going to be an episode on Sunday. There was no episode on Sunday. And that is completely my fault. there were people that were motivating me to like, come on, create an episode, shoot an episode, let's get an episode out. And I didn't want to. If I'm gonna be completely honest here, and I thank those people that were motivating me to sorry, something just fell. But I thank those people for motivating me and wanna shoot a podcast episode again. So that's what really made me want to come back and kind of just want to get back into the flow of things. So got the podcast out. So you know what? Let's shoot an episode. I got nothing going on this week. I want to just try to bang out as many episodes as I can. That way, when that day comes for an episode to come out, I'm aiming to release an episode every Thursday. Every Thursday, I'm going to try to stay consistent on posting an episode every Thursday. I'm going to try to get it out. That's what I'm going to do. Every Thursday. And I want to add, some topics to the pod, because I feel like we have none of that. I kind of just bullshit for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And to be honest, that's fun. I love doing that. But I want to try to get more people on the pod. The channel is just boring as hell. And then I decided, you know what? Why don't I create a kick? I created a kick. I will link it down in the, description of this episode. I have a Discord server. If you want to join the server, go ahead. It's there. But I mainly want to focus on the podcast and the podcast only. That is mainly what I want to focus on, not the streaming or Discord. I want to focus on the pod. I want to give the pod a platform. That is what I mainly want to do. And I'm going to start posting these episodes on SoundCloud. People on SoundCloud can listen to them. They don't have to go through YouTube to listen to this. I don't know about Spotify, though. I don't even know how to upload shit on there. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out first. Alright, let's talk sports. Chargers fan here. We started off 3-0. And then we get to the Giants. And we lose to the fucking Giants. I can't believe it. And to be fair, Justin Herbert only had one starter on his offensive line. They were all backups. Joe Alt hurt his ankle. Out for several weeks. Last week, Najee Harris tore his Achilles. He's out for the season. But the Giants also had some injuries. Let's talk about Malik Neighbors. Dude hurts himself, tears his ACL. He's out for the season. That was it. Turf. Jackson Dart playing with a hamstring injury. There were so many plays where he would just stop and he'd grab that hamstring. You grab the hamstring. I'm thinking, dude, if you're playing hurt, then just go off the field. The officials had to call a timeout to get him off the field to take a look at him. They put Russell Wilson in there for one play, and Dart was back on. Cam Scattaboo fucking demolished Chargers defense. The defense looked off. The offense looked off. The whole game. This is not a team that should be 3-0. That was my first instinct while watching the game. Let's jump into the Padres now. Now, they might be eliminated by the time this podcast episode comes out. But today, Tuesday, September 30th, they lost game number 1 to the Chicago Cubs. What the fuck were the Padres thinking this whole fucking game? Nick Pivetta gives up back-to-back home runs. Back-to-back home runs. The pitching was off. The bats are dead. Tatis, ass. Machado, ass. Merrill, ass. Sheets, ass. Bogey was the only one that had a home run today. And after that, you went 2 for 2. And then Bogarts also had a pitch clock violation, so that was an automatic strike. But they also reversed the call, so it was a timeout. So stupid. Alright. Let's jump in the movies, I guess. Good movies I watched recently. I recently checked out for the first time ever last night. I watched Garden State. I fucking loved it. I thought it was a great movie. But I thought the soundtrack was even better. I was blown away. You have a great soundtrack for a movie that nobody talks about anymore. And then this past week, I checked out Spy Game for the first time, which I thought was pretty good too. You know, great duo, Robert Redford, Brad Pitt. What else can you ask for? Rest in peace, Robert Redford, the GOAT. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great movie. Something I really want to check out that I'll probably see in like the next weekend or so is One Battle After Another. I want to check that out. That looks awesome. That looks awesome. Especially Leonardo DiCaprio. Come on. The dude looks badass in that. You also can't forget Benicio del Toro in that, dude. That's another good thing. What else? Video games? Yeah, let's jump to video games, I guess. For video games, Borderlands 4 came out. I've not gotten a chance to play that yet, but I want to check it out. It looks really good. Metal Gear Solid 3 remake came out. I haven't got a chance to play that. I have the one, I think comes with 1, 2, and 3 last year, or maybe even 2 years ago when they released it. I have that one. So I probably won't buy the remake, if we're being honest, because I can already play it. It's just a better upgrade, I guess, but I'm not gonna spend the $70 just to buy it. 3, if I'm gonna be honest, 3 was always my favorite. 2, 2 disappointed me when I first played it. Because you had to play as Raiden, I think his name is, if I remember, Raiden. The dude bitches the entire game. The entire rest of the game just fucking complains. That's what really just, I was like, okay, come on. This guy bitches about everything, and it would get me worked up. For Nintendo Switch, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are getting their own physical release. We had Super Mario Galaxy 1 on the Switch. It was that Super Mario 3D All Stars, where it came with Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and I think Mario Sunshine. But who the fuck is gonna spend $200, close to 200, I should say, on a game that you can play for free on the online? If well, technically you still got to spend money on the online shit to play it, but still, it's a cheaper option than buying that thing. Plus, you can also buy Mario Galaxy separate. You don't gotta buy them together. That's only if you want a physical, which I'm an idiot and already pre-ordered it. But anyways, if you wanted both of them, the options there. But yeah, another update. I bought a Switch 2, and I bought an Xbox Series X. Now there is a huge price increase on the Xbox Series X, but I actually found mine for a pretty good deal. My local Target, they were still selling it for 500. I jumped right on it. I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. What I mainly went to Target for was to find a Switch too, and they had this big old sign right by the electronics. It says, Switch 2 currently out of stock. And I asked an employee, they're like, yeah, we got some in the back, but they're actually on hold for people. Well, okay. How long has that been on hold for? He didn't say anything after that. He just walked away. So, and I actually didn't ask him that too. That was a joke. But I looked at the Xbox case. There's an Xbox Series X, the black disc model, just sitting there for $500. If I have a picture, I can probably insert that into this episode. I probably do. I don't remember. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy it. 500. Can't beat it. And I think at the time they were going for like 550. I want to say 550. I want, yeah, 550, 600. Wait, no, the white model was going for 550. I think the black model was actually going for 600, but I bought mine for 500. It's like, sweet. I'll take it. $500. Give me it. I'll take it. And then for the Switch 2, how I got that, Target had a wait list that you can join for the Switch 2. This was back in like early July. There was a wait list you can join for the Switch 2, and they would go down the line sending you an email letting you know that it's your turn to buy a Switch 2. Kind of like Amazon does it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to join it. Take a look. So 1 week goes by, nothing. 2 weeks goes by, nothing. 3 weeks go by, and we get to Friday of that third week. It's like 5 a.m. I could not go back to sleep. So I go on my phone. I open my email. And it's an email from Target saying your turn is up to buy a Switch 2. And wasn't even focusing on that at first. I scrolled right past him because I'm an idiot. And I sit up from my bed. I rub my eyes to make sure, like, this is real. Put on my glasses, and yep, it is an email from Target telling me that it's my turn to buy a Switch 2. And I had a certain amount of time to buy it. So I quickly tapped the phone to buy a Switch 2, the Mario Kart World Bundle. Clicked ordered. Showed up to my house. And I played Mario Kart. And I fucking loved it. I loved it. I still love mine. And now once I buy mine, they're in stock everywhere. When I was in Florida for a week, I went around every Walmart and Target I can see when I was staying in Florida. No, we don't have any Switch 2s. No Switch 2s. We're supposed to get more in stock. My local Walmart didn't have any. But I can see behind the counter, there's 2 Switch 2s sitting right there. And I was eager to ask, well, what about those? But I already know I was going to get the same answer, that those were on hold. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just wait. I'm glad I did. I still play the hell out of mine. I did play the demo for, was it Donkey Kong Bonanza? That was really, really good. There's a new skate game that came out. It's just called Skate, technically Skate 4. I thought it's pretty good. Of course, then we had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remastered. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. But there's also a new Call of Duty coming out soon. Black Ops 7. And from the trailer, I don't really know. These okay. These new Call of Duties suck. They have so much potential to make these CODs so good. And they fail every single time. Every single time. I mean, BO6, for example. The first week, I'm like, yeah, this is fun. I dig it. And then as it's weeks go by, I just stop playing it. I really wanted Modern Warfare 3 to be awesome. They bring back the old maps. Like Skid Row, High Rise. High Rise, I would play the hell out of. And then, the people that grind COD ruin the game. Not even grind, they buy all their shit right away. And then they're fucking annoying. Because they already have the cool shit. Because they have the life they don't get off the fucking game. That's like NBA 2K. I used to love 2K. And now that's turned to shit. Madden, fucking same thing. Madden used to be good. They don't change a fucking thing now. It's the same game. My favorite sports game that changes every year and it always seems to surprise me is the NHL games. I love the NHL game, especially playing World of Chell online. That's great. We get to create your own team with your friends. I love that. We can play ones, threes. There's also that other one. What's the other one? Dropping. That's fun. Play 3v3. Play 6v6. Play threes eliminator with your club. I mean, Hockey Ultimate Team, which I pre-ordered. NHL 26, the deluxe edition. It was $100. I spent $100 on it. The day before it actually came out. That was Thursday. Not this past Thursday, but a couple weeks ago. I pre-ordered it. You get a 99 overall Matthew Tkachuk card for Ultimate Team. Like, you know what? Fuck yeah. I like playing Ultimate Team. I'll take it. So the game doesn't come out until noon on that Friday. So I log on my PlayStation. I'm like, you know what? I'm ready. Ready to play. Log on. The EA servers are down. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. The EA servers are down when a new game comes out? I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I thought I was crazy. I went on YouTube. Everybody stream all the streamers that stream the game early. Everybody's freaking the fuck out that it's not working. I go on Twitter. People on Twitter lost their fucking minds. They're like, fuck EA, you know, the game's not gonna work because they have shitty servers, that the servers go down right at the beginning of the launch of a game. I mean, granted, it happened for Madden. People that pre-ordered Madden couldn't even play the game day one. They couldn't play the game day one, especially on Xbox. Xbox really got fucked with that, where they couldn't play the game. Listen, I felt really bad, really bad for the people on Xbox because these people, you know, spent $100, $130. The one if you're gonna, or technically $150 if you bought the bundle between College Football 26, Madden 26. People take off from work that day to go play Madden, and they can't play Madden because servers are down. I honestly think that just EA needs to fix the game. Not even fix the game, just fix the servers, and then they'll do better. That's all I gotta say. They can do better by fixing the servers, and also get rid of the people that Zen on there. Because there's people that on NHL that use a Zen. I mean, come on. You gotta use a Zen on a hockey game? I don't know. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's like the 2K days back in the day. Not back in the day, but like this day and age. Where they use a Zen to green their shots, just get better at the game. That's all I have to say. Alright, peeps. Well, I'm very glad to come back, do an episode for all of you guys. and I'm glad to be back. I'm gonna try to aim to get an episode out every single Thursday. You guys are awesome. I love you all. BSmitty out.